In the words of Chinua Achebe, he said there was a country. But if I'm to refine it in my own words, I will say there was never a country. There was just an arrangement of deception and propaganda. While the fact is, when we were busy thinking that the move by Shegumi was a personal opinion for the government to negotiate with these radical elements and these bandits, at the end of the day we were wrong. It wasn't just Shegumi's opinion. It was a calculated agenda, and it was a grandstand of the North. As evidently you can see what I've displayed here. The chairman of Arewa Consultative Forum urging Tinubu to negotiate with these radical elements, with these Fulani bandits. It doesn't just stop at negotiation, that they should equally be given money, just like the way they gave Niger Deltans money. So at the end of the day, you get to see that we were actually thinking it was something of a personal opinion and it doesn't reflect reality. But now it's obvious. But this now brings us to the question, how did we get here? Secondly, how we go take commot for here? First of all, I want to say that person will constitute this thing where they call Northern Nigeria. Na thunder go fire you. Na thunder go fire you. But apart from that, I think it's high time for people to know this is not hate. This one where I go talk is reality. Forget about propaganda or sweet words. And any other person that is not comfortable with this, I don't care. But the fact is, it's high time for people to define themselves and stand for whatever reflects the true definition of themselves. And in this regards now, I want to sincerely say that this kangaroo arrangement of Northern Nigeria is high time, is more defined, and people that knows that this doesn't reflect them, I am telling you, should stay out of this. You need to stay out of this. Talking about this now, I want to tell you that I am telling you sincerely, no, God, this Northern Nigeria, it no go stand like this again. I am telling you. And that is why I'm now wondering, where is the Middle Belt Forum in this regards? Is the statement of this Arewa consultative chairman your stand as well? And why have you been sleeping? It's obvious now that no matter how you try to promote togetherness, I am telling you, there is nothing like togetherness. There are people in this country that have agenda and they are working towards that agenda, and it's evidently showing. And let's ask ourselves, when you say these people should be compensated the way they compensated the Niger Deltas, are you telling me what the Niger Deltans did is the same thing that these radical Fulani bandits are doing? Is it the same thing? What were they fighting for in the Niger Delta? They were fighting for degradation of their land and marginalization, and the fact that despite that this part of the region contributes the #1%, the highest percentage in regards revenue, they feel that they should be more considered. But now let's ask ourselves this question. What are these radical Fulani bandits fighting for? All of a sudden you wake up and you decide to start fighting each other, and you are now bringing flimsy excuses of the fact that the government have not sent you to school, there is poverty or whatever. Tell me that one entity that is the government that sent them to school. And tell me if there are no schools in the north, and why did they refuse to attend that? And when you are talking about poverty now, tell me what the northern politicians have done in that regard. And lastly, tell me what does the north brings to the table of the national economy. What do they bring? What are they bringing? Apart from radical religious ideologies and a lot of funny things. What are they bringing? Radical ideologies. At the end of the day, you say you ban alcohol, you are destroying alcohol, you go to Abuja, you share from alcohol revenue, and at the end of the day, these same people you are calling Arna, they have oil that is now used to actually give you people allocation to go back and embezzle. Well, the fact is, I think finally, I'm beginning to understand the predicament of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am telling you. And I think I am retracting and I'm changing my stance in this regard. I am telling you, Tinubu, Peter Obi, or Showore, or nothing. Allah. Tinubu, Peter Obi, Showore, or nothing. In short, the fact is, well, that is just it. Sincerely speaking. Because I'm beginning to now feel that this thing is not just all about even insurgency. It's all about even some elements are in this system that are trying to ensure that they discredit this man, as evidently shown with this man coming to make this kind of utterance. I am telling you, it's a calculated attempt. But by the grace of God, you brought Muslim ticket. We don't have a problem with that now. Tinubu must continue. If he can't continue, let it be another person, but not a northerner. Do whatever you feel like doing. I am telling you sincerely, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No northerner is smelling that seat. By God's grace, come the next election, whether you like it or not. But go and still keep pampering bandits. Go and do whatever you feel like doing. And I'm telling this to also the minority in the north. This is high time for you to take a stand. And I'm equally telling this to the Niger Deltas, to the Igbos. Everybody should take a stand. Protect and defend that which you stand for. I am telling you. Even if
no matter what religion you belong to, no matter where you come from, no matter what profession, we Nigerians are being killed. And our governments seem to be incapable of protecting us. We are part of the world community. If our government cannot do it, we have right to call on the international community to do for us what our government cannot do for us. And for anybody to say because those who are being killed belong to this region, belong to this religion, belong to this tribe, and then others too are being killed, cannot be an acceptable excuse. Before I left government, I know we had capacity to pick up anybody in Nigeria who commits crime anywhere. The capacity that we didn't have then is after we have identified and located such a criminal, we have no capacity to be able to pick him up without moving on land or by air. Now we have capacity. With drones, you can sniff them off. You can take them out. Why are we not doing that? Why are we apologizing? Why are we negotiating?
Guess what? when you look at the Nigerian terrain and the rising increase in insecurity, you begin to wonder that since Donald Trump made the assumption that Nigeria is a state of particular concern, a country of particular concern, you would expect that things would have subsided. So why the sudden rise? I think, in my submission, the Nigerian problem is the Fulanis trying to dictate and assert their superiority. And until Nigerians begin in their own conjecture or in their own thinking, until Nigerians begin to accept that Fulanis are the dominant tribe in Nigeria, there won't be peace. I mean, just look at it. Where is that power coming from such that when somebody is arrested, when a terrorist is arrested, a call comes from somewhere and the person is either released or given a mild sentence, whereas the person who makes mere words, mere threats, is given a life sentence, compared to his counterpart Sheikh Gumi, who makes outlandish utterances, yet he's roaming free. He's even invited to TV stations for people to hear his talks. What I see happening clearly is that the Fulanis are using the tool of Islam. I've been erroneously thinking that it's an Islamic agenda. Clearly, it's not exactly like that. Islam to these Fulanis is just a tool used to propagate the Fulani dominance. And those other convertees or converts or practicing the same religion may be happy that Islam is dominating, but to the Fulanis, it's a mere pathway to assert the Fulani domination in Nigeria. Now, all this chaos that is artificially being orchestrated in Nigeria is because, for some weird reason, the Fulanis have been taken out of the mainstream of the political determination in Nigeria. Since from Jonathan to briefly Yaradua, then Jonathan, and then Buhari came with from what Buhari did, you could tell that this is all about a Fulani, re-establishing the Fulani agenda. Now that Tinubu came, they are not happy because Tinubu may have entered a deal with the Fulanis, saying that, well, I'm going to look the other way when you carry out your Fulanization agenda. But please also look the other way when I carry out my Yorubanization agenda. Now there's a clash of interest. There's a clash of interest. Like I said in my other video, truly, Tinubu is standing on an unenviable place, because he has to keep to the deal. If he's going to do what is right, he's going to offend the Fulanis. Period. If Tinubu is actually serious of solving the insecurity problem, some toes must be stepped on, and those toes belong to high-ranking members of the society. They are in your Senate, they are governors, they are in his cabinet, they are in the executive. Start from there. All this idea of trying to recruit 20,000 boys into the military, don't apply. If you are from the south and southeast or middle belt, don't apply. It's a steady, it's a technical way, strategic way of depleting the population of the south. Because you just lose they'll just send to the front, and you are like that. If Tinubu is really bent on fighting insecurity, he must start from inside. He knows them, they know themselves. You must start from them. Those people making those strange calls, those people withdrawing officers from patrol so that school children can be adopted. Start with those people first. Then trickle down. Don't walk your way down to up. In this scenario, you must walk yourself from up to down. It's not top, it's from top to bottom, according to Buhari this time. Until we all come together and tell the Fulanis that, look, you either become equal with everybody, or the rest of the country will come together and shape you to where you ordinarily belong. Now, I am not against anybody. I am not against any tribe here. But if one tribe continuously constitutes themselves into these horrendous menaces to every peace-loving Nigeria, then there is a dire need for these people to be tamed and called to order. Curled, not called, C-U-R-L-E-D, and called to order. It's a pity that we find ourselves in a country where life no longer matters. This has to stop. And to stop it, we must begin to step on big toes belonging to Fulani cabal.
When President Muhammadu Buhari was holding the reins of leadership in this country, many people from this part of the country kept quiet while our people were killed, while our people were kidnapped. Any voice that spoke out against killings, against kidnapping, was tagged as an enemy. I can remember a traditional ruler in Katsina was even suspended for raising issues of insecurity in this country. For the 8 years which he held reign of leadership in this country, he strategically appointed northerners to occupy key positions. Were they able to solve the problem? No. It's a fact of history that many people decided to keep quiet at that very time because they believed that the person in the position of authority and power was from our own part of the country, and we shouldn't be seen to be damaging his image, his reputation, or the administration which we believe is our own. Here we are as a country today, victims of violence, of bloodshed, of attack, are demanding for more action on the side of government to end this carnage, to end this bloodshed. But there are political forces from this part of the country who thinks differently, that this is an opportunity for them to hit on the government and to capture state power. So political power is more important to them than the lives of our people. And it's often even there in video where he, on up to appeasing bandits in Kaduna State, under order to launch attacks. So he's the engineer, he's the architect, he is the author of conditional cash transfer to bandits, if there is any person like that, if there is any word like that you can use. Since the coming of Governor Obasani, yes, we cannot say we have 100% peace and security in Kaduna State. There are pockets of attacks still going on in some specific points within the state. But you cannot compare the relative peace, stability, and calmness we have now with the terror and bloodshed that happened when Nasir was the governor of Kaduna State.
Good day to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Journal. If listening to what Nigerians are saying about the insecurity situation in the country and what the northern leaders are saying, and are suggesting that amnesty be given to the bandits just like it was given to the Niger Deltans who were clamoring for their own resources, but I don't know what the bandits are clamoring for in this case and in this essence. I don't know why an elder statesman like Padahaltu will come up with statement like this, because it doesn't make any sense, and it's not going to help for national cohesion, and it's not going to help in national unity, because other groups are going to spring up tomorrow and come up, hold the government to ransom so that they can get their own amnesty as well. In any other times that you are trying to compare with these bandits and terrorists, their case is different, and you cannot compare their cases. Their cases are not the same. You get? So we can't be comparing this. We need to follow the path President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo is preferring. Clear all these people away. You have what it takes to clear them away. We have drones, we have modern technologies that can take these people out just within a twinkle of an eye. But I don't know what this government is waiting for. All they are doing is just propaganda. They need to do this because this country does not belong to a particular people. It does not belong to the Fulani. It does not belong to the Northerners. It belongs to every one of us, and they need to do everything to secure this country and ensure that it's a livable country for every one of us. And that's the reason why people keep on clamoring for the division of this country, because the way it's going, it seems like some people are more powerful and some people are more Nigerian than other people in this country, and it's not making any sense. This is my opinion on this. Can you drop what you think about this in the comment section? And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.